Oh my gosh, y'all. Like, who is she? Like, is she really filming a YouTube video right now? I think she is. What's up, cousins? Welcome to 2025, y'all. I decided, let's go ahead and sit down and let's film an old school YouTube video. Since I took a little hiatus, if that's really what you want to call it. Do my makeup with me while I tell y'all some random facts about me. I think that's the best way to wean back into getting to know each other. Clock that, girl. I am back on the little red app. I need y'all, before we get into anything else, to like this video. Please comment and say, hey, what's up? What do, Erica? Like, anything you want to say, as long as there's no hatred or no negativity. Besides that, any positive vibes, send them my way. Like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because you don't want to miss another one. One thing we're working on all 2025 with this YouTube channel, say it with me, guys: consistency. So if you're interested in that, or even if you're not interested in it, you know, turn me on as background noise or something, because, you know, we cousins, remember? Enough of the jibber jabber. Let's do some makeup. So let's go ahead and get into it. If y'all ever see me looking over here to this side of the screen, I am actually using my iPad as a mirror. I got my little setup right here, and I don't actually have a mirror. But anyway, first let me move my little bangs back or whatever, and tell me how y'all feel about the bangs, because I'm liking them so far. I'm still trying to see if I really like them for real enough to have them for another month. We shall see, honestly. Since I do have bangs, I'm typically not over here really going in like I usually would with my brows. Just going to use the L'Oreal Brow Definer Stylist, and this is just in the shade, I want to say Espresso, dark brunette. Let's go ahead and get into the first fact. So first fact about me is, well, first random fact about me is that I do not like sweet potatoes, y'all. I mean sweet potatoes of any form. Not sweet potato fries, not yams, not sweet potato pie. I'm just really not a fan of sweetness when it comes to potatoes. Actually, I'm gonna be right back, y'all. Let me go get an actual mirror, because me looking down while trying to talk to y'all, that's not the vibe that I want to give in 2025. Okay, that's a little bit better now. I'm really just not the biggest fan of sweet potato. Just don't really do it for me. Like, I'm just more of a regular old mashed potato type of girl. Now that I've kind of filled in my brows a little bit, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I think this is in the shade Deep Chestnut. So fact number 2, I actually almost failed the first and third grade. Before you say anything, those are 2 very hard grades to pass, okay? The first grade, I guess I just could not get together with the transition of kindergarten to first grade. I was having a really tough time, and then I also used to leave home all the time and forget to put on my glasses, so I couldn't see in class, which is crazy because, girl, I wish I would walk out the house and leave my glasses or not have any contacts in my eye. That just shows how bad my vision has gotten over time. Anyways, I really couldn't see, so a lot of times I couldn't see what the teacher was talking about, and I didn't like my first grade teacher too, so it kind of was just a recipe for disaster. As far as the third grade, honestly, I really think that just goes with, that's when we started learning how to multiply. I had the hardest time learning to multiply, y'all. Like, my teacher was like a saint. If y'all know OG Southwind Elementary, Miss Cole was the T. I don't care what anybody says, she was the best teacher in that school. She worked with me long and hard to help me, to prevent me from staying held back. And if it wasn't for my mom, I definitely would have been held back in first grade. I also was getting severely bullied in the third grade as well. So I didn't have my eyes set on learning. I had my eyes set on surviving. Now that the brows are done, we're going to move into the face. I'm going to just take my e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. The next random fact about me, and that fact is I used to work at the Memphis Zoo for like maybe like a month, y'all. Like, I don't even know how long I worked there. I want to say it was like a month and a half. And then I had to quit. I was actually working there, and I was working with the giraffes, the stingrays, and the camels. I was helping out with the stingray feedings, the giraffe feedings, and the camel rides. I had a great time working at the zoo. It was just like a real random type of job, but I had a good time working there. The only reason I had to stop is just because I had to pretty much get to and from work. I was young, so I didn't have a car. The zoo was basically like almost downtown. Any of my grandparents, my mom that had to take me, they was like, yeah, we can't keep doing this. I am using the e.l.f. Halo Liquid Glow. Well, Halo Glow Liquid Filter, excuse me. Let me say the correct name before we get into the next fact. I'm going to use my Black Opal foundation stick, and this is in the shade Suede Mocha. While I'm blending this out, I'm going into the next fact, which was while I was in college, I used to work at a preschool as a teacher assistant. This job actually was listed as a work study job offered by the college. There was a whole bunch of work, but no studying getting done at that job. I thought that was funny to even consider that a work study job. It just gave job. We would, you know, monitor the kids, play with them, do different types of lessons. I mainly worked with 2-year-olds, and we had a couple of 1-year-olds in there too, though we weren't allowed to take them, but you know, we're not gonna tell nobody. The kids kept me entertained. Like, kids, I don't care what anybody says. Like, give them a mic and put them in front of a crowd. They'll have us gasping for air. We know kids don't care what they say, and they have no filter, and they're gonna clock and tell you the truth. They clock a lot of tea, and that's what makes them so funny. They are willing to say what some adults don't want to say. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Liquid Blushes. I'm gonna use the shade Suede Mocha. Next fact I have is when I was little, I used to be extremely scared of dogs. There's like a picture floating around my grandma's house somewhere, girl. We don't know where it is, but it's floating around there somewhere, of me jumping on my cousin's back trying to escape our family dog, which is crazy because I love dogs now. Like, I have a dog, and I used to have 2 dogs. I don't know where the fear came from because we always had dogs. My family kept a dog in the house. I guess like when I was younger, if a dog was doing too much jumping and trying to like get all up on you, that was too much for me. Settle down, babes. We're not locked in like that, so I need you to relax. Next, I'm going to use the Born This Way Too Faced Concealer. Just something to kind of cover up those dark circles and make it look like I had my full 8 hours of sleep, when in reality, I never get a full 8 hours of sleep, ever. I still do not know how to swim. I can never truly enjoy myself when we go on any type of family vacations or even vacations with my friends, and it's some type of water activity, because I'm terrified of water because I don't know how to swim. The thought of my feet and my legs just dangling in the water and not feeling the bottom, yeah, that's not something that I want checked off on any of my bingo cards. The only reason I even have a fear of learning how to swim is because when I was younger, they threw me into the 10 feet when I was learning to swim at the YMCA. It may work for, like, you know, people or kids at, you know, 3, 4, 5 years old. I was a good like 13, 14. Yeah, no. So ever since then, they kind of ruined it for my grown self. Now I'm just going to take my House Labs translucent powder. I actually really like this powder. The only thing I don't like about it is, yeah, the packaging, we're not really friends. The next fact, random fact about me, y'all, is I am extremely afraid of frogs. It is all to blame because of a camp. Camp Good News. We're not talking about a camp at the church or community center or anything like that, but it was like outside in the cabins in the woods. Yeah, so you can only imagine what type of bugs and creatures were out there. There was a frog that jumped on my hand, and everybody kept saying, how do you know really it was a frog? How do you know? Girl, what else jumped up to my hand and like suction cupped itself to my hand other than a frog? The next fact is I actually have 2 middle names. They are the 2 most commonly used middle names on planet Earth. But once you put them together, it makes me a little bit more, you know, special. Honestly, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's probably a girl out there literally with the same like middle names that I have. You probably haven't met one. So until then, I'm the one. My middle names are Nicole Marie. Anytime that I'm filling out any type of paperwork or any type of thing that requires me to use my middle names, I typically always just use Nicole, because like who got time to be saying Nicole Marie? You know what? 2025, when they ask for middle names on paperwork or anything like that, I'm not just gonna put Nicole, because that's not my name. My name is Erica Nicole Marie Hayslett. If y'all didn't know that, ask for my middle name, it's Nicole Marie. The next fact is I hate, and when I say hate, I mean hate odd numbers. Like I feel like anything that I get or I buy or I do needs to have like a buddy. They need to have like siblings. It needs to be like twinsies. It's almost just like a sixth sense. I don't think about it, I just naturally do it. It has to be even. Everything has to have like a little friend. I like friends. You know how I just said I don't like odd numbers? So next fact is I have 11 tattoos. You can only imagine how much it's eating me up to get back to the tattoo shop so I can get a 12th one. Before I move on with my makeup, I'm going to spray some Morphe Continuous Setting Mist all over my face. Next fact is, when I was in high school, I used to be super active. I was like a cheerleader. I was on the junior committee, the senior committee, the prom committee. I was also a president of this club that we had there called the Ambassadors Club. Girl, I pretty much was doing it all. The only thing I really just didn't do nor have any like wish to do was like run for any type of homecoming court or be like in be the class president or treasurer or anything like that. Especially when I was doing cheerleading, that basically was like my 9 to 5. I love to travel, but I'm absolutely afraid of flying. Flying gives me really bad anxiety to know that bad things have happened before on planes, and it's like, girl, bad things are happening all over the world. So what is stopping it from being my plane that will happen on? Leading into the last 2 facts while I finish up the last parts of my makeup, I actually love to drive, y'all. It's just so peaceful for me when, you know, the streets aren't filled with people that decide to wake up and choose violence. It really is a relaxing thing to do, I guess. My therapist actually said that driving was one thing to help me cope through any type of anxiety I was feeling. And ever since then, I'm like, girl, you know what, you're right. That kind of leads me into my last fact that goes along with this, is that I actually do love road trips. I love to take a good road trip as long as I have good road tripping people. I feel like road trips are the best times to have the best conversations. Me and my mom do it all the time. So finishing up, I'm just going to take my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist again and just spray this to really, really set my makeup. I like to use the One Size Until Dawn setting mist. Well, setting spray. If you have not been using this in your makeup routine, girl, you are crazy. Now, one thing I will say, which Patrick, you need to work on that smell. It's real strong, but you know, your makeup be locked in. That is it. I am back with my hair kind of in a way that I think is acceptable. Anyway, I hope this video was enjoyable for y'all. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about me, the most random parts about me. Like I said, we are going to work on, say it with me again, guys, consistency. Clock it. We're gonna be back with a banger after a banger after a banger after another banger, guys. So make sure you don't miss it. Turn the bell notifications on, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your granny, your uncle, whoever you talk to on a day-to-day basis. I will see y'all again back on my YouTube channel on Tuesday. That's what we're hoping for. But thanks so much for hanging with me, guys. I will see y'all again soon. Bye.